Hey everyone, finally I got some time to bring you the second part of our tank versus series. Today we're going to compare two of the most dangerous tanks in the game, FV215b, 183 and JagdPanzer E100. This comparison should be legendary. But unfortunately, the first episode didn't turn out quite as well as I'd hoped. But I'm crossing my fingers that this video will get more views and I can keep this series going. It's my favorite thing to do and in my opinion the most interesting idea, comparing tanks. There are so many tanks in the game that need to be compared. Anyway, no more delays, let's dive in. Traditionally, let's start with comparing the speed of our two contenders. The top speed is higher for the FV215b. It clocks in at 38 kilometers per hour compared to JagdPanzer's 30 kilometers. But engine power favors the JagdPanzer. However, this tank mass is also higher, 138 tons compared to FV's 60 tons. That's why the FV accelerates faster and climbs hills more confidently. When it comes to turning speed, once again, the Brit outpaces the JagdPanzer. It turns at 34 degrees per second compared to the German's 28 degrees, not to mention the presence of a turret on the FV. That's a clear win. In this first round, I definitely give the point to the FV215b 183. The main score is 1-0. Let's move on. Round 2, Armor Compare. I guess you already know who the winner will be in this round. Of course, it's the JagdPanzer. We don't even need to comparing this. Its body, taken from the E100 with huge rollers and heavily armored command cabin, makes it a tough nut to crack, even with premium rounds, especially when the tank is on the move. In this round, the point goes to the JagdPanzer. So, the overall score is tied at 1-1. However, it's worth noting that the armor on the FV has been significantly improved when the tank was moved to a new visual quality. So, now this tank can even occasionally bounce shots due to its unusual armor shape. But let's move on. Round 3. Combat Power. I think this is the most interesting round. After all, the main feature of these tanks is their guns. The damage per shot is higher for the FV at 950 units compared to 800 units for the JagdPanzer. However, the JagdPanzer have the tungsten rounds consumables, which increases the chance to deal maximum damage. But the Brit has something to boast about too. That's the premium HESH rounds. With a whopping 1210 units of damage per shot, it leaves no chance for any tanks without armor. The penetration is also in favor of the Brit, with 315mm compared to 299 on the JagdPanzer. And the penetration on HESH rounds is 242mm, which is pretty good as for high explosive shells. But I'd like to note that these tanks have different equipment setups. I did this for a fairer comparison because I've optimized the equipment for each tank based on my personal experience. But what can the JagdPanzer counter with? Firstly, gun accuracy. The dispersion at 100 meters is 0.314 compared to 0.407 on the FV. And the aiming time is better on the JagdPanzer, at 4.2 seconds compared to 4.7 on the FV. Of course, the difference isn't huge, but you can feel that the JagdPanzer is much more precise compared to opponent. And of course, the most important thing is a damage per minute. Here, the JagdPanzer outpaces the Brit, with 3,025 units compared to 2,862 units for the FV. But that's only because I've set up equipment on the FV for better penetration. If you were to install a gun rammer, then damage per minute would be higher on the FV. In general, both guns have proven themselves worthy, and it's very difficult to choose a specific winner here. So I've decided to give both tanks a point in this round. I think you'll agree with me. The overall score is 2-2. Everything will be decided in PvP. Middleburg map. I'm playing on the JagdPanzer, and my friend playing on the FV. We've exchanged shots, and he's immediately trying to flank me, hoping to hit my side using HESH shell. But I have noticed his side armor is highlighted to gray, so I decided to try to use high explosive shell. However, I have no success. Nevertheless, I managed to fire a third shot faster than him. Now, the main thing is not to make a mistake and just make a confident shot. I didn't even use any consumables to increase damage. But the first victory goes to the JagdPanzer. Score is 1-0. Move to the next battle. Second battle, we've switched tanks, and now I'm in the FV215b. I managed to land the first shot successfully on a small gray strip on the hull. However, I realized that I simply won't have enough time to make 3 shots. I need to somehow use the HESH round. Also, I'm not sure if the damage will penetrate fully and I'll take it, but I have no other choice. I tried to confuse him to make him stop so I can aim, and yes, success. The shot successfully enters the hatch and most importantly inflicts full damage. Score is 1-1. Let's move on. Final battle. Now we'll determine the winner of this round. The first shot must be successful by the rules. That's the only way PvP can continue. This time, I decided to continue playing in the FV and repeat what I did in the last battle. So I tried to circle around the fountain to prevent him from getting too close to me, because in that case, I wouldn't be able to hit the hatch. Another risky moment, and no, I missed. He already knows what I was trying to do, so he moved sideways. Now I have one last chance to flank him somehow. I circled the fountain again and tried to make the maneuver I planned, but he immediately caught on and started turning around and driving backward. And at that point, there's no chance of winning. He kills me and earns a well-deserved victory in PvP. Main score, 3 halves in favor of the JagdPanzer E100. Let's make some conclusion. This series was very interesting, I think. Both opponents were neck and neck, and the score was constantly being compared. I'd like to say that both of these tanks are quite good. One has a turret, while the other has good armor. But as a huge plus for the JagdPanzer, I can mention the research tree. It's very comfortable and all the tanks are very solid and powerful. Unlike the FV tree, to upgrade this tank you really need to put in some effort. Overall, personally, I choose the FV215b 183. I like delivering juicy penetrations with HESH rounds. But for those who prefer playing for results, your choice is the JagdPanzer. I sincerely hope that this video will get more views and likes than the first episode. Also, feel free to suggest which tanks I should compare in the next episode. Thanks everyone. Bye for now.
Blank expressions, empty words. Nothing can keep me away from you.